gymnastic skills. It'll be Southern U against Hampton U. Jamal Young from Southern University playing with the Dallas Mavericks. The fifth seed, Melvin Forrest, playing with the Sixers representing Hampton University. As we go ahead and dive in, we're on the home court of the Sixers. That would be in Philadelphia.
Philly.
Sixers in white, Mavs in blue. How about the Sixers coming back from this bubble, man? Healthy and whole again as they
It's dangerous. That's a dangerous thing for the Sixers to be. I mean, we know the talent level is there. If it ever clicks,
speaking
look
of
out.
talent, just taking it straight to the cup with two hands right there, Renee. That is big talent.
Yeah, and I mean that's a lot of athleticism. That's a lot of talent. That's a lot of good things.
We call him the Zinger. Poor Zingas, and then you got Luca here for the Mavs. Early 4-4 ball game. Battle of the big man with Porzingis and also Joel Embiid.
Right.
And then you got the power. You got the threes and the twos there with Luca and my man Ben Simmons. I like this matchup, Renee.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's why I said it's a star-studded matchup. So that's why I'm excited. I don't know what's going to happen. We see the stars are starting out early though. I like to see that.
Yes, sir. Sixers, the home team. Once again, that's Melvin Forrest, the fifth seed from Hampton. The fourth seed, Jamal Young and the Mavs on the road.
Ooh, got him up in the air.
Yeah,
Hit him with a little shot fake. Got him off his feet.
sure did. Sixers with the early 2-point lead. Larry Ridley here. SNY. Renee Montgomery down the middle of the lane,
Oh,
down Broadway. Blew the bunny,
the
Renee.
bunny. I mean, that was a gimme.
Here come the Sixers. 2-point lead. MB will let it fly.
And Embiid has been paying attention to his shot selection in real life. We got to do it in the game too.
Hey, Embiid be rocking out there in the suburbs, man, from deep. He don't care. He'll let it fly like
Because
he's
he
Steph
knows he can
Curry.
make it.
Yeah, he can. He makes them every now and then. We got to get some things up. Speaking of getting up, got up the shot there, and that is the zinger. Kristaps Porzingis, the former New York Knick, covered him
The
here in
unicorn.
the unicorn, as Katie likes to call him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he's a unicorn because I mean this he can shoot, dribble, get to the basket. I'm happy just to see him back, honestly, because he had a bad injury and he was a huge talent on the rise. So I'm happy to just see him back out there.
Absolutely had that torn ACL about 2 years ago with the Knickerbockers playing now in Dallas. Mark Cuban got him a
Mhm.
nice little squad down there in Dallas. Luca, Zinger,
You and the zinger.
missed shot by Ben Simmons back the other way. Mavs, an early 1 point deficit. Here come the Sixers back the other way. Pull it out. Let's see your boy. Let's see if it's MB gonna throw it up. Oh, got
Listen,
it
that's a
down
good
low.
find. Oh my goodness. That was a good find. Somebody fell asleep, but the ball movement is unbelievable right now.
Sixers playing well early on, up by three. Tobias Harris and those guys. Ben Simmons,
Shouts
nice
to
little
Melvin.
squad.
Okay, Melvin, I see how you're running your team.
Yep. Melvin Forrest. Do we have another upset in the making? The fifth seed
Listen, I
here.
like when people play smart basketball. And that's what it's looking like so far from Melvin. I mean, look, Jamal's not too far behind, but I'm just saying, Melvin, I've like what I've seen so far.
Left-handed bunny there for the Mavs. Back in it. Down only one. Sixers. Easy layup off the glass. Sixers up by three. Early 10-7 here in the first quarter. I love this one right here. Back and forth. We're on the
Yeah, the
speed of
pace
shot.
is great.
Oh,
Woo!
yes. Right
Goodness.
down the lane. That was right down in the heart of South Philly right there.
I love this pace, though.
Kristaps.
Look at the pace.
Oh, how about
Right back
Al?
at you.
Al Horford.
Al
Up in the
Horford.
lead.
He was a big get. A lot of people don't talk about it, but he's one of those glue pieces. And when you have a lot of superstars, you need a lot of glue.
Absolutely. Had those great runs with the Hawks and then spent the last few seasons in Boston. Had that nice contract with the Celtics. Went over to the Sixers. You talk about Al and those guys. They admit it freely. They had some chemistry issues this year with the Sixers. No surprise there.
No shocker there. They had to announce it freely because we knew freely. But again, that's why Al Horford is a big get for them.
Really, absolutely. A real good glue guy. Excuse me. Very good. glue guy in Boston, in Atlanta, a good guy in the locker room down there in Philly,
Absolutely.
trying to show some leadership with the Sixers, who I think will be very dangerous. That's a team you do not want to face in that first round if you are a third seed, because right now they're in the sixth. Maybe they can move up, but right now the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want to face them because even if you do advance, they're going to make you work for it. So you're going to go into the next round definitely more tired than a lot of other people.
Yeah, but I could see that team, beating you or maybe taking you to seven, and also a nice little gentleman sweep
Yeah.
when you get down. And oh, there's the three release
Okay.
rotation result. The third rock
Is
there.
is that our first three of the night? I don't know, but I
It
just
is
feel like okay, because I like those things. So
absolutely
thank you for that.
back.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Chris
Oh,
no, he didn't hit it at the end of the horn. At the end of one. How about the Mavs on the road, down by six to the Sixers? The five seed, Melvin Forrest from Hampton University, early 6 point lead over Southern University's Jamal Young and the Mavs in this 5-4 matchup. What have you seen so far, Renee? I've seen very good play from Melvin Forrest looking to pull off the upset.
yeah, Melvin's playing great. I mean, Jamal's not 6 points is not a lot. I
No.
like the pace. I like the pace, and with this pace, 6 points is nothing because I mean they're getting up and down, which is fun for us to watch.
Speaking of pace, we'll pick up the pace here. Start of the second quarter. A long three there by the Sixers does not go. Melvin Forrest from Hampton playing with the Sixers, an early 6 point lead. Here come the Mavs in the paint. Kick it back out. Top of the
Okay,
key there.
reset.
Absolutely. They call the foul on that one. I thought that was a pretty good block, but he did get him with the body there. Going to the line for the Mavs, who are down by six early. First free throw is up and is good. Got a 5 point game. Renee Montgomery. There's your boy
Wow.
Luca.
Look at Luca. I'm telling you with the graphics. But that's what they need to do. That's what Dallas needs to do. That's what Jamal needs to do. You got to get some free throws to switch up the momentum, break up the rhythm.
Did get one of them. 5 point lead. Melvin Forrest for Hampton University. Oh, ticky tack foul there
Yeah.
for the Mavs.
Looks like the refs are calling it tighter. Like we didn't see a lot of fouls and these kind of, not away from the basket fouls, but each game is different.
Absolutely. Long two there. Not a very good shot, especially from that team. The Sixers, one of the worst 3 point shooting teams in the league. Here come the Mavs.
Okay.
Yes, off the glass.
We had to hold our breath because we've seen
Yeah.
a lot of missed layups. So if people were wondering, we were both like, what's going to happen? We've seen a lot of missed layups, but he finished that one.
Luka Doncic gets the easy bunny there. 17-14. Mavs down only three. It was six.
Woo.
Mavs down to three, but hey, just throwing it
Woo.
down with two hands right there. Back up to five. The Sixers with their early lead.
I mean, at this pace right now, I mean, this is basketball. I know a lot of people defense wins championships. We want to see offense, and they're giving us a lot of it.
Hey, that's the price of admission right there. We want to see the offense, although in that bubble, there will be no price of admission. We'll all be watching on TV down in O Town in Orlando.
We will. We will.
ESPN Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex. Been there plenty of times when I
Whoa.
worked on TV at the NBC
That's
station
a bad
for
shot.
Orlando. It was a very bad shot. Back come the Mavs, down low. Does get the foul there. He'll head to the free throw line. Just a 3 point game. Opportunity here to get it within one, Renee.
It's a big opportunity. And when you take bad shots, you start the other team's offense. So when that was a bad shot, you kind of knew something good was going to happen on the other end.
Absolutely. Under a 5 point game here as we get going here. Once again, 2 point game, 19-17, the lead for Melvin Forrest.
Listen, don't call it a comeback.
Hey, just a quick 6 point lead, but hey, it's been steady. It's been between 3 and 6 the entire time. After that early, I guess it was 4-4 to begin the game.
Yeah, it was close to begin the game, but it seemed like Melvin had a hold of the game from start to finish. And so, wait, Melvin, let me make sure I'm getting the right teams right. Yeah,
Yeah,
Melvin with this.
Melvin
Yeah,
with the
I'm just
Sixers,
making sure. I
absolutely.
want to make sure I give Melvin his credit. But yeah, Melvin, he seems like he's had control of the game. So when I say don't call it a comeback, it looked like Jamal is coming into the driver's seat.
The very first game, it was Ahmad Moore from Fayetteville State. He was in the driver's seat. Got
Exactly.
out to that early. What was it, 9-4, something like that?
And
Nine
that was
five.
it.
and never looked back, never trailed in that ball game. The sixth seed moving on. He'll get the top seed from Virginia State, Keon Smith, for a chance to be in the final. Here is the 4-5 matchup. Melvin Forest, the fifth seed, and the Sixers up right now by 7 over the fourth seed from Southern University, Jamal Young, playing with the Dallas Mavericks. And there's the shot by Luka. Comes up a little short. Here come the Sixers back. Here's an easy layup if he can get it. Oh, nice little closeout.
Yeah, great defense.
Got the left-handed floater. Was that Ben Simmons? I believe it was.
Yeah, and people, when you say great defense, good offense will always beat good defense. So somebody can play great defense and a good offensive player or a great offensive player can still score. That was good offense and that was good defense.
We used to say that all the time when you see Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan or LeBron James
Exactly.
or Kevin Durant, somebody like that. Hey, good O will always beat good D.
You just tip your hat like good shot, man.
Well, hey, tip your hat right now to the Sixers, Melvin Forest, largest lead of the ball game right now. 9 points, Renee Montgomery, 26-17, under a minute and a half to play. And it's been all Melvin Forest representing Hampton. You hold those tricky Pirates, Renee.
Yeah, it's the game of runs. I always talk about it. Jamal had a run. Now Melvin returned it with a run of his own.
Well, see, I've got an issue trusting Pirates, but right now he's making me a believer. You can't trust the Pirate, right?
Oh my goodness. I don't have that same issue. So I see what this pirate is doing and I trust it.
Hey, right now Melvin Forrest is saying, I'm the Pirate. I'm the captain.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm
Look
the
at me.
captain now. Yeah,
Look at me.
I see where you were going with that.
Yes, sir. Got the big lead so far. We'll see if Jamal Young can turn it on right now. Another turnover.
Cookies.
Turning. Give me that. Oh,
Yeah.
rock the three. Oh, inside with the layup, and it does go. And
That was
it's
a
the
great
largest
decision.
lead of the ball game now by 14, Renee, 31-17. It might be 22nd timeout time, right?
It might be something. You could really use a wish right now. And what I like is though, he turned down the three. The three was open. He turned it down, got a layup again. I trust it. I
That's
believe that. That's smart.
that's when you know you're very confident, right there. When
Yeah.
you're turning down open shots to get even a better shot.
Better shot.
Absolutely.
Turned down a good shot to get a great shot, as we would call it. And he did that.
And those Minnesota Lynx teams that you were a part of, they were really good at that.
Yeah, because we had a lot of players that any shot is a great shot. So
Right.
they had to be selective.
As a floor general, what is it like playing with a bunch of snipers out there?
Oh, kid in a candy store. You get a shot. You get a shot. You get a shot. Like I had to spread out the love. That's a good situation to be in.
All right, Renee Winfrey, Oprah Montgomery.
I felt like that. I'm like, who am I going to go to this time? Let's go with Maya this time. All right, it's you. I'm like, I'll call your play. I got you.
Oh, I saw you right there, name drop. I saw you.
Listen,
I saw you name drop.
Simone was next.
Ooh.
Simone, I got you. Put Sylvia. Okay, Sylvia Fowles, I got you. The play after that, Mama's on a burner right now.
Well,
You have
speaking
to.
of Sylvia and Augusta, Simone both
Yes.
played in Baton Rouge.
That's why you see what I did there. You
Ah!
see what I did there. I was hoping that somebody listening would know those names, the bona fide superstars. So I had to spread the love.
Yes, sir. As we head into the break now, and there's the lead right now, 33-19. I believe it's a 14-point lead. Is that right? As we start the third quarter, actually,
Listen,
18. Largest
it's 18, so yeah.
18-point lead.
Yes,
Starting
sir.
the third quarter here for Good Trouble, the HBCU takeover NBA2K tournament here. 15-point lead for the fifth seed from Hampton, Melvin Forest, the Sixers, against Southern University's Jamal Young and the Mavs, the four seed, Renee.
Yeah, you got to have a run right now. Got to. It's a 15-point lead. Well, I should say you're down 15. Start of the third quarter? Well,
Yes.
it's the third quarter, so make a good push now. You don't want to do everything in the fourth quarter. That's a disaster.
Let me ask you this: as a team that's down big, and we all know this in the NBA, everyone makes runs, including
Yeah.
the W as well. When is it time to start making it helter skelter, start trapping, speeding up the game, if you will?
In the pros, that's not until you get to desperation times, in a sense of you're not going to get a lot of pros pressing and running and trapping. We got a game in 2 days. I'm just being real.
There it
I'm
is.
just being real. Like that's why if people wonder why you don't see that a lot, you see it at the very end when you're like, we got to steal possessions. For 2K, I would start doing it now. Your energy's there.
Thank
I
you.
would start doing it now.
Thank you. Down by 15, tied for the
Yeah.
largest lead of the ball game. Melvin Forrest rocking deep. No, the three does not go. Rebounded by Embiid. He's going to do some bully ball. Here he is. Dream shake,
Ooh.
fade.
Oh, that was pretty
Oh,
though.
that was pretty. Rebounded by the Zinger. Poor Zingas. 3:40 to play here. Sixers get the turnover again.
He threw an interception on that one. I mean,
Al Horford up top, up ahead. And there's a
foul.
stoppage and play foul there by the Zinger, old number 6.
He's not happy about that.
No, he's not. I was a 3 second. That's what it was, Renee. 3 seconds.
Oh, wait,
Illegal
what?
defense. Yeah. So free
Well,
throw
what's he mad
for.
about? That's somebody else's problem. I think he must have thought they called a foul. Look, I know it's a game, but that was confusing.
Oh, here comes some subs into the game. Largest lead of the ball game, Renee. Here in the third quarter of the Good Trouble HBCU takeover, the NBA 2K tournament. Larry Ridley here, SNY TV. Renee Montgomery, two-time WNBA champ. How about Melvin Forrest, the fifth seed, doing work against the fourth seed from Southern University. Jamal Young and the Mavs down by 16 and running out of time, Renee.
Listen, what was his name? Ahmad, right? It's looking like we're going to have two convincing wins. These are convincing wins. I'm almost starting to get excited about that matchup. If you think about it, both of them are playing smart basketball. Which one will break sooner and go for the easy trick bag candy and shoot threes and try to do things that didn't get you there?
I am a little disappointed. Haven't seen a lot of threes, but you don't need to shoot threes when you're
They don't
getting
stop
dunked
you
and
from going
running.
to the basket.
It's like ole, ole.
Yeah,
Jump
if
right
they're
down
gonna
the lane.
if they're gonna give it to you, you should take it.
Absolutely. Good stuff here with my good buddy, Renee Montgomery, the two-time WNBA champion. If you guys have not heard and have been under a rock the last week, she was the first WNBA player, first player in professional sports to opt out of the season, doing some good work, yeoman's work, fighting for social reform, social justice, racial justice, and criminal justice reform here. Renee Montgomery, the floor is yours, man. So proud of you as you take this fight to the streets and to the communities across this great country of ours.
Yeah, no, the thing that I feel like I can excel in is I've been a communicator my whole life in sports. Basketball, that was my thing. I can communicate at a high level. So I'm really going to take that skill set that I used in sports and just try to communicate. I think a lot of people want to listen now. So this is not the time to blame, point fingers, be mad. If you want to listen, I want to talk. So that's kind of going to be my stance right now. But I'm excited. I mean, at first I was nervous because you didn't know how everyone's going to take it, but I got my
Sure.
brothers like you behind me. You guys were so amazing. Yeah, you like for real. They just sent those words of encouragement like we got you. And in a time where it was like I don't know what's going to happen when I make this announcement, that was very comforting. So I want to shout out to my esports crew. You, of course, Larry, laptop leading the way, Coach K, OG Derwin, because like I felt like I had a group behind me that like wasn't going to let me fall. So I appreciate that.
Good stuff here as we dive back into the game. Renee Montgomery, social justice reform there. Good stuff there. Fighting for equality for all of us. Oh, I thought he was going to throw it down, and
Me
he did.
too.
But he did. He
Woo!
threw that thing in reverse, made it actually a more difficult shot.
Finesse.
Here come the Mavs, only down 14. I thought they were going to just fall off that teeter totter, but they're still hanging on, Renee. Down by 14 as we get closer towards the end of the third quarter here.
They
Got
got to
another
fight
steal.
the urge. They got to fight the urge. I say it all the time. Fight the urge to give up. It's easy. So I don't want to see anyone giving up. If you're on the sticks, be on the sticks.
Show some fight, as we like to say in Madden
Yes.
2K.
Compete forever.
Oh, and there's the Zinger. Luca over to Porzingis, and it is just a 12-point lead. It was as high as like 16, 17. Now
Yeah.
it's down to 12. We'll see if you can get it on. Remember, you're a professional player. You want to get it
Yeah.
single digits, under double digits going into that fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, we used to always say, let's just make it interesting. Like if you're, especially if you're on the road or something, or you're down big, look, let's just make it interesting and see what happens. So that's always your goal. When we say interesting, get it under 10, because then that gets very interesting. That's a three possession game.
Melvin said you can take your interesting and shove it anywhere you want. And he just knocked down a long triple try
He did. He said, shh.
to extend it back to 15. And how about the Sixers? At home, the lower seed, now 13-point lead. Luka Doncic gets the bucket there as we come down here. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter, Renee Montgomery.
Yeah, the Sixers, they put their hard hat on. Again, shouts to, yeah, it's pretty. It's so pretty. Shouts to Melvin. Like they came in, they started the game, and they've handled the game.
Largest lead of the ball game. As we said it was down to 12, and now it's back to 16. He was wet from three, and that's a long three. Does
That
not
was
go.
deep.
It was. He did not need that.
And the thing about the game, y'all got to play for pride. I don't know, but I like bragging rights. Is that not a thing in esports? Fight the urge.
Yeah. Well, there was pride right there. He was not going to let him have a
I
free
like it.
layup there. Um, Jamal Young playing with the Mavs, the four seed, down big now. Oh, it's an 18-point ball game, Renee Montgomery.
Just
Largest
like
lead of the
that.
game. That 2K momentum, man. Thought he was going to, he had the ball, a
He
chance to get it
did.
under
He had a
10.
shot. He had a
Yeah.
shot at it. Because if you get it under 10, the other team starts to get a little nervous. You start to have that NBA 2K momentum that we talked about. But it can
Last
switch
shot,
the
he
other
doesn't get it
way.
off. Didn't see it, didn't notice it. 17-point ball game, 45 to 28, 17-point lead here for Melvin Forrest of the Sixers, Hampton University. Larry Ridley here. Renee Montgomery, two-time WNBA champ as we get ready and head into the fourth quarter here.
1 quarter left.
Jamal Young, Southern University. He's got work to
Come
do.
on, Jamal. There's a quarter left.
Jamal Young and the Mavs on the road. Got plenty of work. He's got to win this quarter something like, I don't know, 27 to 10, something
Yeah.
like that. You
He
know,
needs to have a big quarter. So now is the time we let it fly. It's that this is the time.
absolutely. Now's the time. Doncic not able to get that ball. That's an unforced turnover right there. Back over to the Sixers. Melvin Forrest and Hampton has the ball in the lead. Now you can start sitting on that clock and you start whittling down those possessions, Renee.
Yeah, I'm curious if he's going to do that. See there, that was not a slow down the clock. I think that he's not concerned about the clock. Honestly, I think that he's like, I'm gonna just play this out and see what happens.
Well, what just happened was the buckets there by the Mavs down to 15. We'll see if he can start milking the clock and understanding that
He
he's
should.
got the lead. It's possessions. You get 24 seconds and he's launching threes. It does not go. Didn't eat that shot.
And
We'll
if
see
people
if
don't understand why you don't shoot early, because the more times you shoot, the more chances the other team has to shoot, which in turn has them a chance to catch up. So, you can't take quick shots. And if it is a quick shot, it has to be like a dunk or a layup, something that's a given bucket.
absolutely pull it out, work that clock, run your offense. Al Horford with the ball at the 3-point line. Once again, Good Trouble, the movie, out July 3rd, HBCU Takeover NBA 2K tournament here. First of its kind, six HBCUs, Virginia State, Langston, John C. Smith, Southern, Hampton, and Fayetteville State. In this matchup, the 4-5 matchup, Hampton being played by Melvin Forrest and the Sixers against the 4 seed from Southern University, Jamal Young, and the Mavs down right now by 15, under 3.5 minutes to play. By my math, it's probably near impossible.
It's
To
all
put it
cosmetic from here. It's
yeah,
cosmetic from here. And just going back, great movie. The reason we're here, great movie, came out July
absolutely.
3rd, correct? So, yeah, great movie.
The legendary, the iconic John Lewis served in Congress, like we said, arrested over 40 times, marched with the great Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King
Big
Jr.,
time.
on the Pettus Bridge in Selma, on the march in Selma, Alabama. Uh, Lifetime of achievements, voter rights, human rights in the U.S. Congress. Great movie and a fine documentary by Don
Absolutely.
Porter and Erica Alexander. Old cousin Pam from the Cosby Show.
Listen, I just
She's
took the John
down.
Lewis Freeway exit the other day. So the guy is iconic. Like, and I want people, I'm glad that we're giving people their roses right now while they're still here.
Absolutely. We talked about that on our show, Esports Extra, the other day. You're absolutely correct, my friend. Mavs down by 15, under 2.5 minutes to play here. And they're running a lot of clock. They do get the layup. All right, closest as they've been in a while, just 13 points. Little
I
stoppage
love
in
it.
play here.
I
Good
love it.
timeout here by Melvin Forrest. You do not want to give him any hope here and get this thing down to like 7 or 8 with about a minute and a half to play. And now you're really in a dogfight. Take a timeout, figure out what you need to do. I like this timeout right here. What say you, Renee Montgomery?
Yeah, we've been talking about Melvin a lot, and rightfully so because his team has basically had control from start to finish. But Shouts to Jamal. It takes a lot to put these runs together to keep the confidence to. I mean, got it to what, 13 now? It ballooned to 18, fought it back again, has it at 13, forced the other team to call a timeout. So I want to just shout out to Jamal for fighting. Way to fight the urge. I like that.
Oh, look at that banner of AI. We talking about practice? Not a game, man. Not a
We
game.
talking about practice.
What you mean? I am the MVP.
That's before the NBA
AI.
realized you can't play.
Woo!
Yeah, that's
Speaking of
pretty.
MVP,
Yeah.
a most valuable performance there by Ben Simmons, just throwing it down with two hands. That may have been the dagger right there. Throw
And
some
that's
dirt.
how you come out of a timeout. If you're going
Yes,
to take a timeout, that's how you come out of it.
that's it, Renee. That will do it. You can go ahead and put dirt on Jamal Young, Southern University, and the Mavs right now. That was a heck of a play coming out of a timeout. Looks like they are going to roll on in this game. A great ball game by Melvin Forest as they run out the last minute and a half, minute 20 here.
And I wanted to say that this score is not reflective of the game per se, because this was actually an interesting game to watch. Great play, great pace. Jamal and Melvin, I think, both had shining points. Like the game of runs, it didn't just feel like it was a run over the whole game. So I will have to give shouts to Jamal with his Mavs and Melvin for being disciplined.
Well, it's just like very similar to the first game, pretty
Yeah,
close early on. And then the second and third quarter, that's where we start to see
some
the lead
separation.
grow, some separation. Absolutely. It went from 5, 6, 7 to 20. And you
Yeah.
get down by 20, it's hard to come back unless the other guy allows you to come back in a lot of cases. And with those guys, Ahmad Moore and Melvin Forrest from um, Fayetteville State and Hampton, respectively, there, very tough, very difficult.
Yeah, like I said, it's cosmetic from here, but I like the fight. I'll always say that. Like, there's people that you want to play with. I like the fight. So it looked like both teams fought that out.
Under a minute to play here, Larry Ridley, SNY TV. Also, Renee Montgomery, two-time WNBA champ. Good Trouble, John Lewis Good Trouble movie, the documentary was just out July 3rd. HBCU takeover here, NBA 2K tournament as we wind down under 30 seconds to go, and it's a 15-point lead for Melbourne Forest, and we are 25 seconds or so away from a second straight upset, Renee Montgomery.
Look, don't listen. This is a Cinderella bracket. It just turned into a Cinderella bracket. And
Ah,
you know what? That's actually what people are missing in sports. They're missing that excitement, the unpredictability. So I appreciate these guys for bringing that to us.
how about the 3 and the 4 seed? About to go night night, bye bye.
You want to go night night?
You want to go night night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what though? Honestly, even with the seeding, I like the style of play that the winners won with. It was disciplined. So it wasn't anything special or dramatic. Bully ball in the first game. This game, they were driving to the basket. They didn't settle for a lot of jump shots. Simple.
And a great job on the boards as well. Both guys controlling the glass
Absolutely.
and the rebounds, and that will do it. And just like that, the game is over. And how about Hampton's Melvin Forrest playing with the Sixers gets the nice win, a rather comfortable win, another 18-point win here